Hello and welcome to Astro Zindagi's YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to discuss how karma alignment, which is how we perform our day-to-day actions and karmas, how we can align them to achieve any purpose in life that we have, be it finances, career, relationships, good health, or spiritual life. So we can achieve any goal in life through karma alignment, and especially when we use the techniques of yoga, because yoga in Indian culture has been a very important tool to achieve good health and well-being. And even in Jyotish, in Vedic astrology, we have this technique or this method of karma alignment, where we can use different postures and poses of yoga to achieve the goals that we want in life. Now, how does it work, and what are the basic elements of this kind of a karma alignment through the yoga? That we are going to discuss today through the some kind of example, and I will take you through some basic ideas of how we can use this method. Now, let's understand firstly that we know yoga has so many different poses and postures. And a lot of times we are confused which pose and posture should we adopt based on our horoscope, based on our planets, and how they are behaving. Of course, we first need to understand and know how to read and interpret the horoscope. That's the first step. And here I will show you very simple ways how you can decode your horoscope and planets. And then you can align that with the right yoga posture to achieve your desired result. So here it goes. I will just share my screen now. And here you can see how things are aligned in astrology. Now, Vedic astrology begins with a very basic proposition that the entire horoscope, the 12 houses of the horoscope, are basically divided into 4 key elements, which is your fire element, which is related to your dharma axis, the earth element, which is related to your earth element, the kama or the air element, which is your pleasure seeking houses, and your moksha, which we call as the water element, which is basically your emotional happiness and your spiritual happiness. Now, the horoscope in front of you, you can see the 12 houses that are there. They have been segregated based on these 4 elements. So when you see the red pointers, the red color boxes, the squares, see, the first house is the house of fire, then the 5th house and the 9th house. All these 3 houses have the fire element in them. This trine, a triangle or a trine, it helps us promote good health and knowledge in life. So if you're looking for any kind of a health improvement through yoga, or through any kind of a health improvement or any kind of a well-being program for you, then you need to activate this trine in your horoscope. How we are going to do it, I will tell you right now. First, let's understand how the horoscope is segregated. So here you see the 1, 5, 9 houses are the fire elements, the dharma axis. Then your 2, 6, and 10, you can see the yellow axis, the yellow color boxes. These are the houses of earth or materialism. Now, these 3 trines, every energy in the horoscope, every element in the horoscope is represented in the form of a trine. So when you connect house number 2, 6, 10, they will also form a trine, a triangle. Now, this energy that you have in this house is your materialistic energy, that energy which will help you grow your career, your finances, any kind of materialistic or financial goals you have in life. So if you were to balance or activate this trine of 2, 6, 10, then your financial goals and financial well-being can be achieved through the yoga practices. Then comes the 3rd trine, which is the green trine. You can see the house number 3, house number 7, house number 11. Now, 3, 7, 11 forms the pleasure-seeking houses, the pleasure-seeking tendencies in a human being, the air element, which we call. Now, this element, this trine needs to be activated when you want some kind of a relationship goals in life, when you want some relationship happiness or some kind of a family stability in life, any kind of a social interaction, love life, anything that you want to ignite. This is the trine you need to focus on. And lastly, the house number 4, 8, and 12, the purple color boxes, 4, 8, 12. This is the water element, which is prominent here. This is your basically your spiritual axis, your houses of moksha. So this is how the 4 elements are segregated in the horoscope. Now, technically, we talk about the Panch Bhut element or the 5 elements, and the 5 elements, the one element which is missing here is the space or the ether. Now, ether is also a bit of a part of air. So that has been merged into these 4 elements. So there we don't have to segregate into the ether element. That is already a part of this horoscope, the part of the air axis. Now, let's see how we can now combine this facet of the elements to our body. That is our important consideration here. Now, human body is also divided in terms of these 5 elements, which we call as chakras. Now, if you were to look at different chakras, we have a total of 7 chakras, and they are basically relating to these 4 kind of elements that we have discussed in the horoscope. So the first element which we saw in the horoscope was the fire element. Here we call it as the solar plexus chakra. Now the solar plexus chakra is right here, the yellow part you can see. This controls our fire element. Basically our power, control, and any kind of a decision making in life is controlled by the solar plexus chakra. Then comes the root chakra, which is our second element, the earth element, which we normally ignite for your materialistic goals. And here the earth element you would see in form of a chakra, which you can see here as the root chakra, this one, the red point. Now this is basically the relationship we build between 2 people based on trust and also our materialistic desires. So when we ignite the root chakra, we are basically igniting the earthy elements, the materialistic goals of our life, and we are attracting prosperity through that. Then comes the heart chakra, which is nothing but the air element. Here you can see the green part. It talks about the love, healing part. It is also about your relationships, your family goals. And when we ignite this chakra, then we are basically looking at getting some kind of a healing process ignited in your life. And finally, the sacral chakra, which is the water element in your life. And this one, you can see a bit of a yellow and brownish tinge, is controlling your sacral chakra. This is your water element. It symbolizes your creativity, sexuality, any kind of a liberation or spiritual activity that you want to embark on or pursue. So this is how these 4 elements are spread across the human body in forms of various chakras. And there are 2 more chakras which you have not touched upon, but one is the crown chakra, which is right on top of your head, which is also used for a spirituality check. And then the third eye chakra, which is your awareness. So these 2 chakras get activated as and when we balance the other 4 elements of fire, earth, air, and water. Accordingly, these 2 chakras will get activated and balanced in your birth chart. Now, how do we combine the horoscope with the human body and basically the 4 elements with the chakras in your horoscope? This we do in the form of rashis or zodiac signs. As you would know, the 12 zodiac signs, starting from Aries to Pisces, have been divided into 4 parts. Again, there's 4 elements which we combine. You have the fiery element, the earthy element, the airy element, and the watery element. 1, 5, 9 is to say 1 is Aries, 5 is Leo, 9 is Sagittarius. So these 3 zodiac signs fall under the fiery sign. Then comes your earthy, which is 2, 6, 10. 2 is Taurus, 6 is Virgo, and 10 is Capricorn. These are the earthy signs. These are the signs which help you promote materialistic desires and materialistic goals in life. Then comes your airy signs, zodiac signs number 3, 7, 11, which is your Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. They are the pleasure-seeking rashis of the signs, and they help us fulfill our relationship goals. And finally, the watery signs, which is 4, 8, 12. 4 is Cancer, 8 is Scorpio, and 12 is Pisces. So these four Rashis, these 12 Rashis are also bifurcated on those four elements. And now what we need to do is we need to get back to your birth chart and see what kind of a Rashi structure and a house structure are you forming there. So let's take an example here. Now, let's see this horoscope of somebody who's born with a Virgo Lagna, which is written number as 6 here. Now, somebody who's born with a Virgo Lagna, they, for achieving materialistic goals, let's take the example of achieving career and materialistic goals. Now, we need to look at the houses of earth, the earthy houses, which is the house number 2, house number 6, and house number 10. Now, when we were to ignite or activate these 3 houses, that will also activate our materialistic chain of success in life, because that's how it has been related here. Now, you know the Rashis or the signs that are placed here. Now, this in your horoscope, if somebody is born with a Virgo ascendant, in the case of this person, the 2nd house, the 6th house, and the 11th house will have the airy element prominent, because house, see, Libra is air, then Aquarius is air, and Gemini is also air. So this trine will have an airy composition to it. Similarly, if you want to look at different charts, we can again take one more example. Let's take the example of a Libra. Here you will see house number 2 again for materialistic goals, house number 6 and house number 10. Here the zodiac signs or the Rashis which are prominent here is the watery element, 4, 8, and 12. So here the person needs to ignite the watery element in their lives, or the sacral chakra in their life, to get the materialistic goals fulfilled. Same way we need to see the other parts of life. If you want to look at the health goals you have in life, then you need to ignite this chakra, house number 159. Here the airy element is prominent. All these 3 zodiac signs pertain to the air. So here the airy element is prominent. Here you need to activate the air composition of the chakra, which is the heart chakra, and then you can get a good, fulfilling, healthy life. So this differs from person to person, mind you. It always depends on the horoscope, the lagna that you have. And based on that, the spread of elements as per the Rashis or the zodiac signs are to be seen in your chart. Now that we know how we are going to combine the horoscope with the zodiac signs and the houses, next step here is to see how do we combine the yoga postures, because every yoga has a certain purpose behind it. Every posture has a certain purpose. Let's start, and we are looking at primarily, health, not health, actually, we're looking at financial goals here, or career related goals here. And you can easily, substitute it with health goals and relationship goals or spiritual goals, whichever you want to see. The method would remain the same. I will take the example of the career goals here. And now let's, assume that your house number 2, 6, 10, which is the earth houses, have the fiery Rashis, 159. All right. When you have the fiery Rashis, the fiery signs in house number 2, 6, 10 of career, here you need to ignite the fire element through the yoga. Because if you were to ignite the fire element, your career will prosper, you will get a new job, you will get a promotion, or you will get some kind of a breakthrough in your career. Now in yoga, we need to ignite, basically your fire element is connected to a certain chakra, as we saw in the previous example. I'll just take you back to that slide just to help you relate it. See, the fire element is related to the solar plexus, right? And here we need to ignite your solar plexus chakra. And to do that, there are 2 important postures or poses which you can do through yoga. And the first one is the Dhanurasana, which we call as the bow pose. And you can see the photograph here, how you need to do it. I'm sure you're much more aware than that, how you can do it. You can, check it, how the right technique is how to do it, and do it under supervision, and not try it alone. So first is Dhanurasana, and then the second is Kapal Bhati Pranayam, which is your inhale and exhaling of your breath in a certain manner. And when you do these postures, you're igniting your solar plexus chakra. And if they are falling in your second, sixth, and 10th house, then your career will prosper through this. Then I will take the example of the earth component, the root chakra. If in your horoscope, your second house, sixth house, and 10th house have the earth element prominent, which is to say that Rashi or zodiac sign number Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn were placed in these three houses, then you need to activate your root chakra. And the best way to activate the root chakra is to do Surya Namaskar, which is sun salutation. You can see the posture here, the image here. And the second one is the mountain pose, which we call as the Tada Asana. So if you were to do any of these postures, if you were to, deliberately, consciously, voluntarily do these postures, then in terms of a karma alignment, we will be able to activate your house of career in your horoscope, provided the house number, house 2, 6, 10 have these earthy signs. You need to check the element of the Rashis falling in the house number 2, 6, 10. Then we come to the third aspect of the yoga or the chakra, which is the house number 3, 7, 11. Not house number 3, 7, 11. I'm talking about the house number 2, 6, 10, but the Rashis are 3, 7, 11 here. The airy element. If you were to have the airy element in your house number 2, 6, 10, then you need to ignite your heart chakra. And when you ignite your heart chakra, your career will prosper. So here, the two poses that I would recommend here is, one is the Cobra pose. And so you can see the picture on the left. It is called the Bhujanga Asana. And then you have the dancer's pose or the Nataraja Asana. These are the two important postures which ignite your heart chakra. And if wherever the heart chakra is falling in your horoscope, that trine will get activated. And if that falls in your house of career, then your career goals will get activated. And finally, the Rashis or the zodiac signs 4, 8, and 12, the watery signs, if they were to fall in your house number 2, 6, 10, then you need to ignite your sacral chakra, which is the watery element in your body. And this you can do through two important poses. One is the reverse warrior pose, which is called the Vipreet Veerbhadra Asana. And the second one is the goddess pose. You can see the image here. These two images you can check, and you can definitely, practice these poses if you are, into yoga and meditation. So these are the ways you can ignite or activate your career goals, or for that matter, your any kind of other goals, be it family, relationship, health, any of the goals that you want in life. Basically, we need to balance the elements, the 4 key elements of fire, water, earth, and air, based on the spread of the signs, zodiac signs in your horoscope. Now, one more technique of improving your career in the karma alignment method, which we call as CAM, is that you need to look at the position of Saturn in your horoscope. All right, now see what happens here is that in Vedic astrology, we consider Saturn to be the karka of or the significator of career or your karma action. So whenever Saturn is firstly, it needs to be placed in a certain zodiac sign. So we will use that sign's element. For example, Saturn is placed in Aries in your birth chart. Now, Aries is a sign ruled by the warrior Mars. So we need to ignite your fire element to move Saturn in this case. And we have already seen the postures which you can do to ignite your fire chakra in your body, in your life. So these are some of the ways you can, make good progress in your career, in your financial goals. Then you see the position of Saturn and the aspects of other planets on Saturn. If there are more planets which are aspecting Saturn, for example, Venus is aspecting Saturn in your horoscope, then we need to include the element of Venus in your yoga postures. So Venus is the planet of creativity, any kind of creative pursuit activity you can do. So important one way we can do it is we can look at the dancer's pose. So when you do the dancing pose, the dancer pose, along with the warrior pose, then you will activate Saturn Venus energy combined. That will also trigger your career. So there are various techniques how we can activate your different elements, different planets in your life, and accordingly we can balance out your goals and your different elements in the horoscope. So this is one way you can do and align your karmas, be it your career or health or relationship, any kind of spiritual goals you have. We need to look at the planet, we need to look at the chakra, the element of the planet, the zodiac sign where it is placed, and then we need to do the ignite the chakras. So this is the way I feel that this is going to really help you. And we have been getting very good results by our students or my clients who've been doing this, and believe me, it really works. So wish you all the best, and wish you a happy day.